Hello and all loyalists, and welcome back to the world of crypto with your host, Natalos. Now, in the previous episode, we had a couple of green days, a couple of good stuff, but it's not looking too great nowadays. And that's the major problem right now with crypto is just that the volatility of the market right now. There's some that's still doing well, Litecoin, for example. That doesn't really count because it's Tether and status, but most are in the single to double digit losses right now. So, but I'm not gonna really go too much in depth with the crypto market today. I kind of want to, from the title above, you can probably tell that I want to talk more about stocks today. Now, before we actually get into that though, there's a few things I want to do real quick to kind of summarize what happened in the previous episode. For those who didn't watch it, I have annotation in the top right corner for you guys to check out so you can view the previous episode. And of course, we talked about free Bitcoin. Now, just kind of a quick status, I'm currently sitting at around 152,507 Satoshis, which if we equate that into the our little fancy dancy calculator, even with the market being down, it's still $13. If you guys recall, I think it was like $11 yesterday. So I'm already up $2 today. And I'm just building up my Bitcoins for free. I can actually do a roll right now. Let's do that. 9513. So, nope. I'm still in the very first one. I got 239 on this one in this roll because I finally got that 500% free Bitcoin bonus, and it's gonna last for another 20 hours. So I'm definitely taking advantage of that. Now, the way to activate that is going to the rewards section. I currently have 802 now, but go to here and just activate it, 500%. More than likely, that's probably what I'll be going for. I could probably see if I can try to get the 1000%, but that's quite a bit of reward points. But the good thing though is there's a little promotion going down. Receive 6 free reward points for every free BTC role you play. 3 points for every role your referrals play, and 3 points for every 500 Satoshis that's wagered in a multiply BTC game. Now, another thing I'm doing here in this website is I'm also mining some Bitcoins as well, browser mining. I'm not using too much of my CPU usage right now, 40%, but if I'm not like using it too much, I'll go ahead and switch it up to 100%, maybe increase the threads a little bit. And I can earn some more mining income from that. I earned 516 Satoshi so far, which is not bad. It's not bad. It's not the greatest though, but it's definitely helps. And another thing is I want to go ahead and cash in my gas as well, so that way I can clear that. It's going to be about 220,520 point gas. So let that clear on its own. So as you can see, I kind of diversified quite a bit. I have the free Bitcoin, I have the my Hashflare, Devor, Lend Connect, and I'm also cashing in my gas. And that's just all in the crypto space. Now, the one thing I want to talk about in this episode from the title above is talking about essentially more stocks related, because stocks is actually not doing that great as well, but I'll probably go into that as we flip over my screen. Now let's flip to my phone right now. You can actually use this app in your web browser as well. But this is the stock market right now, and as you can see, it's not really doing that well. Let's see, go into the stocks app if I can. All right. See, Amazon's doing pretty well. But most of it is in the red as well. So obviously the crypto market is down, stock market is down, but usually this is, like I said before, it's actually a good time to buy certain stuff like this. And these are now keep in mind, not all of these I have shares on. This is something that either I watch or I follow and wait till it's low enough where I can buy. But a good majority of these I do have invested in. So, but we're not talking about individual stocks today. We're actually going to be talking about something a little bit more the safer beginner route for those that are coming into the investing world. And for the app that I'm going to be discussing, Stash, right here in the bottom right corner, is essentially a good starting point for new investors that want to get their feet wet in investing. And what's good about the referral link down below, if you guys click on Stash and register and stuff like that, you get your first $5 will be free. And that $5 will go into your first investment. Now, this is going to be kind of a brief tutorial how Stash works. Let's open it right now. There's a feature known as Auto Stash. And what Auto Stash does is it automatically adds in money that let's say you want to put like $5 a month into Stash. You can do that automatically for you. That's what Auto Stash does. It doesn't automatically invest for you, but there's another option you can go to that automatically invests for you, especially if you like that stock. Let's go flip into my portfolio real quick. Obviously, I'm kind of censoring out all the amounts for privacy reasons, but this is pretty much what I have invested in. The Internet Titans, Delicious Dividends, and Social Media Mania, Defending America, Data. And I'll probably go into more detail with that as we roll into it, but these is pretty much what I invested in. And I'm currently sitting at about 2.5% return. Now with Stash, obviously it's lower risk anyway, but also lower returns as well. That's why you see such a low percentage here in comparisons to you know, crypto or individual stocks. But it's still a good starting point to just kind of get your feet wet and kind of learn more about how investing works. Now there's actually a tab here, Invest, and they have a bunch of different options. Some of them, like you can research on your own, but let's go into the one that I have. Let's do some more tech stuff. Internet Titans. Now this is what I was talking about, where it's essentially like an ETF, exchange traded fund, where it has like a percentage of companies that they fall under: Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, PayPal, Alphabet, which is essentially Google, eBay, Twitter, and these are all tech related stuff, and you own a small percentage of that company versus having individual stocks where you own one full share of Amazon, one full share of Facebook. Now there's a much cheaper alternative to that because individual stocks are pretty expensive. If you go back into here, one share of Amazon is $1,429.95. If you're able to buy one share of that, then that's essentially how much is valued at. Whereas in Stash, you own 9.74% of it, so it's not going to be a full 1,400. It'd be like obviously you're kind of dividing that $5 you invest into all these companies, so it actually might be much less than that. So it might be even like 20 cents per Amazon or something like that. Now let's go into the performance. This is what I really look for in a good ETF, stock, crypto, is the projection, the history of it. 1 year history, 10-year history, etc. so forth. So let's do the 10-year history here. As you can see, it's an upward trajectory, which is always a good sign when it comes to any investment. That means it's always going to stay positive. Obviously, there have been some dips in there. If you look in here, for example, there has been some dips, but for the most part, it's going up, and that's what you look for in a good investment. A historic performance, last 12 months, 40% increase. Since inception, 17%. 10 years, 17% as well. And that's what I look for. And this is pretty much what the last price is. It's showing at $119.73. Obviously, you're not going to be buying in Stash especially. You're not going to buy the full $118.73 unless you want to. But that's the main difference between Stash and actually buying an ETF in the actual exchange. If you buy an ETF in exchange, it's probably going to be $118.73. But in Stash, you put as much as you're willing to put in. For example, you could put as low as $5 into this. You won't get a full Stash. If you look at me right now, for example, my current value is only this one I'll showcase. But my current value is only $32.24. By number of shares is actually 0.26952% or shares, sorry. So I actually don't own a full share of Internet Titans, but that's okay because I have $32 already invested in it. Now, It's really easy to buy. Obviously, there's a giant buy button there, and you buy. You can set an auto. This is what I was talking about, the auto stash. Instead of auto stashing automatically, let me see. Let me back up a little bit. Basically, what this does is it's going to automatically do a cash deposit of $5, but that $5 is just going to linger in your cash, I guess your inventory cash in the app and not actually go anywhere. But you can set individual $5 into whatever you're investing in. For example, if I want to put $5 automatically to invest into social media, I can set it here and automatically set to $5. You can set it to whatever amount you want, but I think the minimum is $5. Maximum obviously 10,000. If you can put 10,000 down, more on you. But so that way you can set it. You can set it weekly. I think you can set it to either weekly or monthly. Let's try this one for example, because I'm always going to put $5 on here. Okay, you will invest $5 every 2 weeks in this investment starting Monday, February 12th. So every 2 weeks is going to withdraw $5 from your account into it. So you pretty much have to like set it and forget about it and just let your stock portfolio grow from that. And if for some reason like you're looking for some extra cash, you can also sell it and withdraw it back to your bank account if that's your option. So overall, this is a very good app to especially get your feet wet into investing, kind of learn more about it. And he also give you a little like coaching tutorials there as well for those that want to learn more about it. And also news articles as well. You can learn, see what's going on in the world of retails, and read news articles about that. And so that way you're in tune with stuff that you're invested in, stuff that you're interested in. That's pretty much what you have to look for, and see what you're interested in. There's so many different kind of topics in. You can believe in combat carbon, data defenders, defending America, do the right thing, and they all have different things. Let's go to Robot Rising. These are all like robot tech stuff that you can invest in. iRobot Corp, Mazer Robotics. All these are related to whatever interest you're into, and that's what I really like about Stash. And like I said before, with the link down below in my description, your first investment will pretty much be free. So once you cleared through your all the checks and verifications and stuff like that, your first $5, your first investment, is essentially free. So definitely check it out, especially if you want to get some more investing. This is like like I said before, this is very low risk, especially if there's a good history, performance history. Now this one, I'm looking at the clean and green right now. From the 10-year history, not good. At least in my eyes. Maybe similar to stocks, you never know if this is going to go up or go down, whatever the case is. But looking at the 10-year history, it hasn't moved at all. Maybe slightly, but mostly negative. Last 3 years, negative 0.99%. Since inception, negative 15%. So, that's something to look forward as well. Like, if you're more of a long-term investor, maybe you'll hold on to this, maybe you'll grow, because eventually clean and green will be much more important, especially with the way the ozone layers are and stuff like that. I'm not an environmentalist. I don't know anything too much about it, but I do know that eventually going solar, going green, and all that alternative energy will be very important in the future. So maybe that'd be something you'd be interested in, even though the performance may not be that great right now. It may be much better later. It might spike. So that you kind of have to look at you kind of have to like do research on your own and see where you see this 10-15 years down the road. Do you see it being beneficial? Do you see it being stagnant? Obviously that comes up to you and your research. But for me, I personally wouldn't get into it right now, but in due time, I think I will. But anyway, that's pretty much how Stash works. Hope you guys like it. Check out the description down below for it if you're interested in getting to Stash. and start your own stash. And if there's anything you guys want me to review, check out in the future, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely check it out. Love you guys, stay awesome. I'll see you next video. Till next time, Styles out. Alright, layers.